from facing Deshaun last year to now going against him in this title game. How has he evolved as a player, and how tough of it is a challenge to game plan for him?
Yeah, extremely. I mean, the guy's a great player, one, because he can beat you with his arm, which he threw, 6 touchdown passes against us last year in his first game as a starter. If a play breaks down, he can break your back with his legs. He can extend plays. The thing I think that's most impressive about him is his poise. I mean, I don't think you ever see him get rattled. No matter what happens in a game, he's the same. And that's to be a leader of a team, to be the other guys, that's pretty special. To know the guy's always going to be like this. And, they got a rock that they can rely on, and I think he makes it extremely difficult for a defense.
Back of the room.
Viv Bernstein, New York Times. Obviously, there's been a cloud over this program for years. I'm wondering if winning erases that cloud and changes the conversation about North Carolina football.
Yeah, I don't know if it erases the cloud, but the sun is showing through the cloud, Before it was so dark you never could see the sun, but now the sun's filtering through. So, everything that caused that cloud was long before we ever got there. So all we had to do, we knew the sun was coming through sometime. We just had to keep our nose down and keep working, and that's what's happening. And it is the cloud's dissipating. Is that a word? Yeah, there you go. That's the word I was looking for.
Coach,
y'all don't make me look bad now.
When you started this job a few years ago and kind of mapped out the course of the program, are you guys on track for where you thought you would be at this point?
Well, I really wanted all this to happen last year. I really did. I thought year 3 that we had the pieces in place, and I did a poor job last year with the football team, and so we didn't achieve those goals. And I think, but now, I think we're where we want to be, and I think our program is just going to, grow from this point. I think, because of the things that have happened in the past, and I think the future is extremely bright for where our program is.
Last row on the right.
Coach Todd Summers, WSBA TV, Spartanburg. Is there any edge that could be had when playing in an NFL stadium that you've already played in this year? They've got that visual of what it's like. It's a little bit different when you go into that situation for your guys. Is there any slight edge that they can go back to the first game of the year and see some of the things that they did well?
I think so. I mean, they're not going to be big-eyed when they walk into the stadium. I mean, they've been here. This is actually the 3rd time our team has been in this stadium. Not this season, but our team. And so these guys have been here. It's they've been in that locker room. They know it's special, and especially for these kids from Charlotte. We got quite a few of them on our football team, and they know it's special. But they're not going to walk around in the stadium looking up in the stadium, like wow. I mean, they're here to play a game. They know that it's 53 3/4 wide and 100 yards long and all those things, and they're going to go out there and play.
Back right behind the camera.
Coach, just what's the Darren Stoltzfus, ABC4 Charleston. What's the difference in your team from where they were when you brought them here at the beginning of the season to where they are now?
Well, I would say the biggest thing is they have a lot of confidence, and they have a lot of confidence in each other, and so going into the first game, I mean, nobody really knows. I've never been on a team where you knew what you had going into the first game. You hope you have things, you think you do as a coaching staff, but you just don't know until you get hit in the mouth. And you have to overcome some adversity. What's your team going to be like? This team, if you think about it, I mean, we lost the first game, and so we were written off at that time. And all they did was keep doing the things that we asked as a coaching staff, And then we go on the road, against Georgia Tech, and we're down 21, and they stay consistent and they win the game. And now they start really believing in each other and knowing that they have what it takes to get it done. You go on the road against Pitt, who was a ranked team, and it's a short week, and you're playing at night in Heinz Field, and they get it done there. You go on the road in Blacksburg, where everybody in the country wanted Coach Beamer to win. I mean, and I understood that, and then we did some things to try to even make that thing is closer. But we found a way to win. So this team throughout the year has shown they have tremendous grit, and that's one of the key predictors to success. And we've got it, and I think they've shown it throughout the season.
To our right again, Coach.
Coach Scott Fowler from the Charlotte Observer here. In your tenure at Carolina, has there been a more anticipated game than this one?
Probably not. I mean, how many years has it been? 35 years. I mean, there's people that have never seen it happen in their lifetime that are Carolina fans. So I would say they're pretty excited about it.
Front row.
Hi, Larry. Ava Wallace, The Washington Post.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, kind of along those same lines. You guys are playing in state. You got a lot of kids kind of from the area. Got a chance to be a spoiler in the playoff. Have you guys had a chance to step back and realize that you're in a pretty fun position? I know you said everything hasn't really changed. They're still kind of focused, but are you having any fun?
I'll tell you Sunday. You know what? When we got to November and we talked about, where we were as a team, that even though we had done quite a few great things in our opinion to that point, we were still going to be remembered for what we did in November. And so there was still pressure on those guys throughout November. But, my message to them was, hey, you've got to enjoy this at the same. You got to enjoy the process because it's a process. To get to where you want, you can't just get there and then look back and wow, where'd it go? So I think our guys have enjoyed the process because they've been so consistent. I just think that they have they've put in a lot of hard work, but they've enjoyed it also. I wish I could say the same for myself.
Back of the room.
Aaron Brenner from the Post and Courier. Larry, you talked about Deshaun Watson's poise and how he makes plays with his feet. The way he uses intermediate routes and deep balls with all the different weapons he's got, is your defense confident that you can match up?
We know that's an issue because they live by the deep ball. I mean, they really do. I mean, you get out there and they can throw it down there, and they're not just throwing it, they're catching it. I mean, he's putting the ball on the money. He really throws the deep ball really well. So our guys understand that challenge. They know what has to happen, but our DBs are pretty confident in themselves. They know these are probably going to be some of the best receivers they've played against, and they know this is the best quarterback we played against. But I don't think they're going to be afraid to go out there and do it. They're confident.
To our right.
Larry, you've kind of talked about what worries you about Clemson's offense. Defensively, what's kept you guys up? And then if I could get you to just have some kind of comment on Ruffin McNeil being let go at ECU today.
Let's start defensively for them. I mean, Shaq Lawson, number 90, up front. I think he leads the league in sacks, I believe. They are really good up front, very good up front. Their linebackers can all really run. They don't have to be in nickel or dime. They can do it with their linebackers. And then their back end is by far the best we've seen. How many teams have a 6'4", 220-pound free safety? I mean, that guy's a freak. So they're really good. They're really good. You watch the third down tape, and you go home and you can't sleep because they're number one in the nation in allowing third downs converted. I mean, they're allowing 24%. So and then you got Venables over there who does a tremendous job. I mean, just does everywhere he's been, and so they're going to be prepared and ready to go. So it'll be a tremendous challenge for us. It really was. Yeah, I don't. I was just told about that before I came in, and after we got off the plane, and I was kind of shocked actually. I know Ruffin personally, and played against him, and back when I was at Southern Miss and at Carolina, and think the world of the guy. So I hate to see that happen.
Far right.
Hey Larry, your fourth season at seems like that's your favorite number 4 because your first
That was
job.
my number in college.
Yes. Yeah, so your first 4 years at the other school, you won a conference title. Now you're on the 4th year here, and you're on the brink of winning a conference title. Why is 4 the good number for you?
Well, that was what my number in college. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I think we have I have a plan that's proven. That you can build a program. It's not a microwave plan. It's not a quick fix plan. It's to try to build something that you can sustain. And so, we put that plan into place when we first got here, and we've continued to work that plan. And it just so happened that it happened in the 4th year. We'd never have sat around and said, okay, this is a 4-year plan. I mean, we want to win now. I mean, we're not, we didn't come in and tell all the seniors to take a back seat. We were going to play all the freshmen because we've got this plan. No, we've played all the kids that have bought into the program, whether they were seniors, juniors, didn't matter. It's just this has been the right mix with this team, and they've been fun to coach.
I think Queese threw 3 interceptions here in the opener. Has only thrown 5 since. Just how important has him protecting the ball been to the success that you guys have had?
Yeah, well, if he doesn't do it, we're not sitting here. If he doesn't take care of the football, we're not here today. I can assure you. I mean, that is our number one key to victory in every game we go into is taking care of the football. And if you go back and you look in the games that we didn't turn it over at all, we've been pretty dominant. So. If we take care of the football, we give ourselves a great chance to win.
Front row, coach.
Larry, I'm going to ask you something non-game related, but the Coastal has made some new coaching hires, including Mark Richt and Justin Fuente. Do you have any thoughts about the way the Coastal now seems to be reshaped with some new guys coming in?
Yeah, I mean, not just the Coastal, but for the entire league. I mean, wow. I mean, look at the strength of the ACC right now. Look at the coaches in this league, and look what they're doing with these teams. I mean, it's, you're going to be able, I mean, you can put the ACC up with any conference in the country. I mean, I have the utmost respect for Mark Richt and the things that he's done and the type man he is. And I don't know Justin that well, but I'm really looking forward to meeting him and getting to know him. I've heard just tremendous things about him. My offensive line coach and him are good friends, and so I really look forward to getting to know him. But, all I can say is wow.
Second row.
Hey, Larry, I think this is going to be your latest kickoff time of the season. What challenges does that present? How do you plan on occupying the guys' time tomorrow during the day?
Yeah, we just there's a little bit more time in the middle of the day for them. I mean, they get to sleep a little bit later, which they'll all like. And, but we'll still do, our plan will be exactly the same. I mean, it really will. It's just there's some more time in the middle. They'll handle it. They'll do a good job with it. And we'll go and see if it's enough. I mean, we're not going to do anything special.
To our left, coach.
Elijah was very well versed in the history of no Carolina team has ever won 12, haven't won an ACC title since '80. Is that something you guys talk to them about? Is it talked about amongst the team, or where does that come from? And with this opportunity, are people ignoring the fact of how big it would be for you guys to be ACC champions?
Well, I mean, I try to make sure that they know the significance of all of this. And throughout the year, we've talked about the things that we've done historically at Carolina, because it was important, going into the year when I had our meeting with the seniors our senior dinner at the beginning of the season. We talked a lot about the legacy that they leave and how important it is, and that they are the ownership of this team. I mean, and so whatever they wanted to really achieve, we would. Now that you can't just talk about it, you got to make it happen. And so those seniors have done that, and so they all understand the significance of what we've done historically, and we've talked about that throughout the year. Is each time we've made some type of step, we've made sure they know about it, and they understand how important this is. They really do, and I think they're excited about playing it.
Middle room.
Did South Carolina reach out to you at all, and was there any interest there?
I wouldn't, I wouldn't talk about if any school reached out to me. I mean, I have nothing but, all I'm going to talk about is what we're doing here and playing Clemson for the ACC championship. And if it was 6 weeks ago and you asked me that question, I wouldn't answer it then either. I mean, I don't answer to rumors.